You are kneeling on a wooden floor. The room is silent. The air smells like tea, smoke, and expensive fear. In your hands is your master's sword. Not your sword. Never your sword. You are only allowed to clean it. Very carefully. Very respectfully. Very nervously. Because one fingerprint on this blade could ruin your entire day. Welcome to your life as a samurai's servant. Your name is Haru. You live in feudal Japan, inside the mansion of Lord Masanori. He is a samurai. That means he owns land, armor, horses, weapons, servants, and a face that has never smiled on purpose. You own 2 sandals. One of them has a hole. Every morning begins before the sun rises. Not because you are motivated. Because if Lord Masanori wakes up before the house is ready, everyone acts like the moon has crashed into the rice field. You slide open the wooden doors. You sweep the floor. You carry water. You light the hearth. You prepare the tea room. You fold robes. You clean sandals. You polish armor. And somehow, by sunrise, you already feel like you have lived 3 separate lives. The mansion is beautiful. Paper walls, wooden beams, a small garden, a pond with calm fish. The fish are lucky. They do not have supervisors. Your supervisor is Genba, the head servant. He is old, thin, and has the emotional warmth of a wet winter roof. Genba teaches you the first rule of the house. Move quickly. Then he teaches you the second rule. Look calm while moving quickly. Then the third. If something goes wrong, it was probably your fault. Useful education. Your main job is to serve Lord Masanori. This sounds honorable. It mostly means carrying heavy objects while pretending they are not heavy. His armor alone feels like it was made from metal, leather, and personal resentment. Every plate must be placed correctly. Every robe must be folded perfectly. Every sword must be cleaned without scratching it. Every cup of tea must be hot, but not too hot. Strong, but not too strong. Quietly served, but not so quietly that he thinks you are sneaking. Samurai life is built on honor. Unfortunately, servant life is built on being blamed when honor gets uncomfortable. At breakfast, Lord Masanori sits with his wife, Lady Aiko. She is graceful, calm, and somehow more frightening than he is. Lord Masanori has a sword. Lady Aiko has eye contact. You pour tea. Your hand shakes a little. A single drop lands on the tray. Nobody says anything. That is worse. Lord Masanori looks at the drop. Lady Aiko looks at you. Genba looks like he has already planned your replacement. You wipe it quickly. The tea survives. You survive. Breakfast continues. Victory. For about 8 seconds. Then Lord Masanori asks for his riding gloves. You do not know where they are. This is because nobody told you where they are. But this is a servant problem, not a samurai problem. You run through the mansion. Storage room. Hallway. Outer gate. Training yard. No gloves. You ask Taro, the stable boy. Taro is your closest friend, mostly because he is the only person in the mansion who speaks to you like you are not furniture. He is brushing Lord Masanori's horse, Cage. Cage is huge, black, proud, and clearly convinced he is also a samurai. Taro says he saw the gloves near the armor room. You run back. You slide open the door, and there they are, on the floor, next to the armor stand. Why are they on the floor? Nobody knows. In this mansion, objects move around just to destroy servants. You bring the gloves. Lord Masanori takes them. He says nothing. Again. This is probably good. You are learning that silence can mean many things. Silence can mean, well done. Silence can mean, I am disappointed. Silence can mean, I am thinking about, or silence can mean, your tea was emotionally weak. It is a complicated language. By midday, the training yard comes alive. Samurai practice with wooden swords. They shout. They strike. They move like storms, wearing robes. You stand nearby with towels, water, and the expression of someone trying not to be noticed by storms. Lord Masanori trains with his rival Lord Kuroda. Kuroda smiles too much. Not friendly smiling, political smiling. The kind of smile that says, I brought a compliment and a hidden insult. They spar. Wooden swords crack together. Everyone watches. You are holding a water bucket. Your arms burn. You cannot set it down because Genba told you to be ready. Ready for what? Apparently, ready to suffer. Then Lord Masanori wins the match. Everyone bows. Kuroda laughs. He says Lord Masanori's household is impressive. Then he looks at you. Even the servants seem almost awake. Amazing. You have been insulted by a man with better socks than your entire family. That afternoon, everything changes. A messenger arrives at the gate. He carries official papers. Genba reads them. His face turns pale. Not normal pale. Servant disaster pale. An inspector is coming tomorrow. A government official will visit Lord Masanori's mansion. He will inspect the house, the weapons, the stables, the records, the servants, and the behavior of everyone inside. If everything goes well, Lord Masanori gains honor. If something goes wrong, Lord Masanori loses face. And if Lord Masanori loses face, the servants lose sleep. Instantly, the mansion becomes chaos. Quiet chaos. Because even panic must be respectful. Genba claps his hands. Everyone gets orders. Clean the floors again. Dust the weapons. Wash the gate. Prepare the guest room. Polish the armor. Arrange the scrolls. Repair the garden path. Hide the cracked bowl. Do not let the inspectors see the cracked bowl. The cracked bowl has become a national emergency. You are sent to the armor room. Lord Masanori's ceremonial armor stands in the center. Helmet, face mask, chest plates, shoulder guards. It looks majestic. It also looks like it takes revenge on anyone who touches it incorrectly. You begin polishing. Slowly, carefully. The helmet shines. The chest plate shines. The mask stares at you like it knows your future mistakes. Then you notice something strange. The sword cleaning cloth is missing. This is bad. Lord Masanori uses that cloth for his finest sword. No cloth means no final polish. No final polish means possible shame. Possible shame means Genba starts whispering your name like a curse. You search everywhere. Under the stand. Behind the screen. Inside the chest. Nothing. Then you hear soft footsteps. You turn. It is Suk, another servant. Older than you, sharper than you, smiling in a way that makes your stomach unhappy. He asks what you are looking for. You say nothing. He says, important things should not go missing. Then he walks away. That is not suspicious at all. You keep searching. Finally, behind a storage basket, you find the cloth. It has been pushed deep into the corner. On purpose. You know it. But knowing things is dangerous when you are poor. You return to work. That evening, Lady Aiko calls you to the inner room. This is terrifying. When important people call you quietly, it is never because they want to discuss your dreams. She is sitting near a lantern. She asks if preparations are going well. You say yes, because that is the safest possible answer. She looks at you, really looks. Then she says, a house is judged by what its servants notice. That sentence lands in your brain and immediately starts rearranging furniture. What does that mean? Is she warning you? Testing you? Complimenting you? In this house, even advice feels like a trap. You bow and leave. That night, you barely sleep. The mansion creaks. The wind moves through the garden. Somewhere outside, Cage snorts like a judgmental demon horse. At dawn, the inspection day begins. Everything must be perfect. The gate banners are hung. The floors shine. The armor stands ready. The tea room is prepared. Lord Masanori wears his finest robe. Lady Aiko looks calm. Genba looks like he has not blinked since yesterday. Then the inspector arrives. Inspector Hoshina is short, serious, and carries a writing brush like it is a weapon. He notices everything. A crooked mat. A dusty beam. A servant who bows 1 second too late. You bow so deeply your forehead nearly becomes part of the floor. The inspection begins. First, the guest room. Good. Then the records. Good. Then the weapons. Very good. Lord Masanori's swords shine beautifully. You feel proud for half a second. Dangerous mistake. Because pride always comes right before disaster. Inspector Hoshina asks to see the stables. Everyone walks outside. Taro stands beside Cage, trying to look professional. Cage looks like he wants to bite the government. Lord Masanori prepares to ride. This is the final display. A samurai. his horse, his house, his honor, all very dramatic. You stand behind the servants. Then you see it. The saddle strap. It is not secured correctly, not completely loose, just wrong enough. Wrong enough to cause embarrassment. Wrong enough to make Lord Masanori stumble. Wrong enough to ruin the inspection. Your stomach drops. You look at Taro. He does not see it. You look at Genba. He is watching the inspector. You look at Suk. Suk is watching you and smiling. Now you understand. This was not an accident. The missing cloth. The strange comments. The saddle strap. Someone wants Lord Masanori embarrassed. Maybe Suk wants your position. Maybe someone paid him. Maybe the mansion is just full of terrible people with excellent posture. Lord Masanori steps toward the horse. You have 1 second. If you shout, you break etiquette. If you stay quiet, your master may fall. If you touch the horse without permission, you may be punished. If you do nothing, everyone may blame you anyway. Being a servant is amazing. You move fast, but calm. You step forward and bow low. My lord, you say. Your voice shakes. Everyone turns. The inspector raises one eyebrow. That eyebrow could destroy a family. Lord Masanori freezes. You point carefully at the strap. Not loudly, not dramatically, just enough. Taro rushes in. He fixes it. The courtyard is silent. Lord Masanori looks at the strap, then at you, then at Suk. For the first time all day, Suk stops smiling. Lord Masanori mounts the horse smoothly, perfectly. The inspector writes something down. No one knows what. Government writing is terrifying. Lord Masanori rides across the yard. Cage behaves. The banner moves in the wind. The servants breathe again. The inspection ends. Inspector Hoshina bows. He says the household is disciplined. Lord Masanori bows back. Lady Aiko gives the smallest smile. Genba looks like he has postponed your destruction. Later, you return to the armor room. Your legs feel weak. Your hands still shake. You saved the inspection. You protected the house. You exposed sabotage. Lord Masanori enters. You kneel. He says nothing. Of course. He looks at the polished sword. Then at you. Then he gives one small nod. That is all. One nod. But in this house, one nod from Lord Masanori is basically a parade with fireworks. You bow deeply. You try not to smile, because smiling too much might be disrespectful. Surely this means reward. Maybe coins. Maybe better sandals. Maybe one full night of sleep. Then Genba appears. He hands you a new list. Tomorrow's duties. Sweep the floors. Clean the sandals. Prepare tea. Polish armor. Repair storage shelves. Assist with morning robes. Check saddle straps. Twice. You stare at the list. The sun is setting. Your body aches. Your knees hurt. Your stomach is empty. But you are alive. And somehow, still employed. Later, Taro finds you near the stable. He says you were brave. You say you were mostly terrified. He says that is usually what bravery is. That night, you sit near the servants' quarters. The mansion is quiet again. The garden pond reflects the moon. The fish swim peacefully. Still unemployed. Still lucky. You close your eyes. For one moment, you imagine being a samurai. Armor. Respect. A horse. A name people fear. Then you remember Lord Masanori's schedule. Training. Politics. Inspections. Rivals. Honor. Possibly worse, tea pressure. Maybe servant life is not easy, but at least nobody expects you to win a duel before breakfast. You lie down. Tomorrow will be another day of silent rooms, heavy armor, confusing etiquette, and dangerous chores. Because in a samurai mansion, the sword may belong to your master, but the stress belongs to you.